might not believe this, but otters aren't as cute as you might think. Hi, I'm Danielle Dufault, and you're watching Animal Logic. Otters fall into the Lutrinae branch of the family Mustelidae, along with badgers, honey badgers, skunks, martens, minks, polecats, weasels, and wolverines. We've already covered wolverines and minks in other videos, and if you want to learn more about them, you can click right here. Otters are found all over the world in many wet habitats, such as rivers, marshes, lakes, and oceans. They dig dens along the shoreline, similar to beavers, which have tunnels and dry inner chambers. Sea otters, however, rarely come ashore and spend their days in offshore forests of kelp. There are 13 extant species of otters, all of which fall into the categories of semi-aquatic, aquatic, or marine. Their adult size varies depending on the species. Giant river otters, for example, can grow up to 6 feet or 1.8 meters long, while the Asian small-clawed otter will only grow up to 3 feet or 0.9 meters long. They have long, slim bodies and powerful webbed feet, which propel them underwater at speeds of up to 11 kilometers or 7 miles per hour. Spending so much of their lives hunting underwater, otters have adapted very well. They can hold their breath for 5 minutes and can dive as deep as the length of 6.5 large school buses. They're kind of like little fuzzy underwater torpedoes. Because of all that swimming, otters need good insulation. And they have it. Otters can have up to 1 million hairs per square inch, making their coat the thickest in the animal kingdom. Their coat is made up of 2 layers, between which warm air gets trapped. This keeps the otters dry and helps them float. In fact, baby otters have so much air in their coats that they can't dive underwater. While they are born with life jackets, otter pups aren't great swimmers. While mom's off hunting, she ties her babies up in kelp so they can't wander off, like a slimy green straitjacket. Most species of otter hunt for 3 to 5 hours each day, though nursing mothers usually hunt for upwards of 8. They have a high metabolism to keep them warm in the cold waters, and they have to eat 100 grams or 3.5 ounces of fish every hour to survive. Though they mostly subsist on fish, they also eat frogs, crayfish, and crabs. Sea otters, on the other hand, prefer clams, sea urchins, and other shelled creatures. Sea otters will even use stones to break open shellfish on their stomachs, a skill mother otters teach their pups. As we've seen in previous episodes, tool use is not unique to humans. Otters pick a stone that's ideal for cracking shells and carry it around in a pouch under their arm between meals. They generally prefer flat stones that are around the width of a large orange. Baby otters have been observed learning this behavior at as early as 5 weeks. They are chatty, social, playful animals. Though they spend most of their time hunting or sleeping, they also love to wrestle, play, and chase their tails. They form strong bonds and spend their lives in groups, which can be called a bevy, a family, a lodge, a romp, or, when in water, a raft. Asian small-clawed otters are one of the few mammals in the world that mate for life. In fact, of the 5,000 mammals on Earth, only 3 to 5% are known to form lifelong bonds. In the case of the Asian small-clawed otter, they form a family unit in which the female is dominant, and rearing duties are shared equally between parents. Older offspring help raise the young and stick around until their parents die and the family unit disbands. But much like the rest of the animal kingdom, it can't all be sunshine and rainbows. When supplies are short, male otters have been observed taking baby otters hostage, holding them ransom until mother otter gives over some food. But wait, it gets worse. Male sea otters often forcibly have sex with baby seals until they die. A male otter will mount a baby seal and hold its poor little head underwater until it drowns. Some otters will continue to have sex with the decaying corpse for weeks. It's worth noting that this kind of thing happens pretty regularly in the animal kingdom, and it's not fair to judge animals by our standards. The morals that we live by aren't universal. Of the 13 extant otter species, scientists have found that with the exception of the North American river otter, all of their populations are shrinking. Which I guess is a good segue to talk about their penises, which are also shrinking. Though scientists are puzzled as to why this is happening, it seems like the culprit is pollution. The same chemical that's linked to shrinking otter penises has also been associated with the decreasing quality and quantity of sperm in humans. Before we wrap this one up, I would also like to tell you about otter poop, because otter poop is fascinating. Otters use their poop, or spraint, to mark their territory and to communicate with other otters. They're very organized creatures and have a designated pooping area separate from their dens. If you were ever to stumble into one of these poop zones, you'd be pleasantly surprised by the bouquet of aromas. Otter poop has been described as having a scent similar to jasmine tea. What animal should I check out next? Please let me know in the comments. If you want to support the show and get episodes a week early, you can do so by signing up for a free trial of the video streaming app Love Nature. Be sure to subscribe for new episodes of Animal Logic every other week on YouTube. Thanks for watching!